The Need for Speed series has always been a franchise that has always piqued my interest, and I have played mostly the games from the early mid 2000s, but that has not stopped me from loving the series that I will know and love. But in recent years, the Need for Speed series has gotten stale, using the same game engine and mechanics that they've been using for the last few Need for Speed games that EA has released. So let's take a look at what went wrong. Hello, my name is Mario 2000, and today I want to look at how has the Need for Speed series lost its touch. So let's begin. Now, the first Need for Speed games were the start of expanding the racing genre, and it had elements that were normally in racing games back in the 1990s, like F-Zero and Gran Turismo. But some things made these first three games unique for their time in the 90s, and when they came out into the public presence in the 1990s, and they were very great games as they brought a unique spin to the racing series we have never seen before, and the next three games after that expanded upon it using different concepts to make these games better. Now, as the Need for Speed series was starting to gain traction and popularity in the gaming industry, EA and some of its developers began experimenting with different trends during the early 2000s to freshen up the landscape of games to what we know and love, and most of us grew up with. Some were good ideas, like the customization and import tuner scene that we got in Underground, Most Wanted, and all that, and Carbon as well. And some were bad ideas, like what happened with Pro Street a long time ago with the racing track racing scene that EA started to develop. And that was really bad for that time. I don't know why they came up with that, and it was not what Need for Speed was meant to be. Generally, yes, it was racing, but not the racing that you would expect. So Pro Street was kind of random in that aspect. Hey, but it's not to say that the Need for Speed series is bad or anything, because it is not. I just really think there needs to be really much improvement in that aspect, and where they need to stop focusing on the Frostbite engine they've been using for the last few games that they've been developing, and and it's not to say that's the developer's fault, because it's not. It's really not. It's It's just EA's decisions that make it a bad game, and well, there's nothing really what we can do about that. So that's basically why I feel like it's gotten a lot staler during the years. Can you blame other people? But can you blame them? Like, yeah, it was fun for the first hour of playing the game. And, well, most people think it's fun in the long term. After that, most people come to realize that it was the same concepts and mechanics in every single Need for Speed game that they've been releasing for the last few years, up until 2009 or 2010, I would assume, or 2012, I would assume, with Most Wanted 2012. But but can you blame them? But can you blame them, like like EA, in a sense, thinks that pushing a half-assed product, bit of income to them, which that in many retrospect is a very poor marketing and business decision, and it pushes out a half-assed product for the consumer, and the consumer will never enjoy it because it's just a half-assed product, and you release it like and it releases like it's a beta, and that's not what the consumers want. They want a complete game, and that's why these last few games have I have said that these games have been really out of touch lately because of that. So I just think there needs to be more improvement in terms of that. I know what you guys are thinking, that this video will just be a rant, and this video will just be me bashing the Need for Speed series. But it's not like that. I enjoy Need for Speed games. I really do. And I am not saying that each of these Need for Speed games have to be perfect. But coming into my standpoint, coming into my opinion and argument about this whole thing, for God's sake, EA, let your developers finish your games. Finish the Need for Speed games. Because that in and of itself generates even more money and generates even more sales and gets very good reviews and gets you good numbers if you made the game well enough. And it's just not some half-assed product, and it's not just some limited time game that where you're not going to get the full experience. That's what irks me about this whole thing. That's what irks me about this whole thing. EA does not get it. It's like they think that the Need for Speed series is just like a cash grab. But what I think they have lost is just that they feel like they can release half-assed games every year, and well, it's not gonna work out. It's really not gonna work out. And I'm said to believe that it's gonna be the case. And well, I just think they need to be improved on. Now, I know I talk about the developers at EA not trying enough to go above and beyond with their games, and their series that they keep going out on every year. But this is how I genuinely feel. Because I just want to see the improvement of the Need for Speed series going forward. And I know the latest release is Need for Speed Heat as that is the latest release right now, but I really want them to improve on what they have gotten from Heat. And it's not to say that they need to be perfect. Nobody's perfect in that retrospect. But what I am saying is that they don't need to be pushing out the same generic racing game we have seen for years, which makes me kind of wonder and question if Need for Speed has lost its touch. But in that retrospect, but in that case, I want to hear what you guys think about all this. Now, let's start a discussion and tell me what you think in the comment section. If you guys have anything to say, then leave it down in the comments. Anyways, if you guys have enjoyed the video so far, then like, comment, and subscribe. I'm just gonna let you leave a like if you want to. You can subscribe. I don't really know, but consider hitting the like button and hit the post notifications to see the brand new stuff that I post every day or every week. I don't know. I don't keep it at a constant rate. I'm sorry. I hope I entertained you guys a little bit with this video. Anyways, I'm gonna be gone now, and let's start a discussion, and I want to hear what you have to say, and we'll talk. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'll see you guys in discussion, in the comments, and I will be signing out. Thank you.